I'm joined now by former Arizona State Senator Dr. Kelli Ward, who will be looking to unseat Senator Jeff Flake, of course, in 2018. Dr. Ward, thanks so much for being on.
Hi, Patrick. It's great to be here.
All right. Well, tonight, as I just mentioned, Monday Night Football, as you know, it's hitting the state of Arizona following a Sunday that saw hundreds and hundreds of players and coaches protesting in response to the president's words in that rally in Alabama, referring to them, and I think they've mentioned this, they take note of, he said SOBs, he referred to them as SOBs. But what are you hearing from the people there in Arizona about all of this before tonight's game?
You know, I think people are very hopeful that the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys are going to come out on that sideline and they are going to stand proudly with their hands over their hearts and salute our flag and stand in honor of the military men and women, the people who have fought before and the people who are currently fighting as that national anthem plays. I think I did a poll on Twitter, actually, at Kelli Ward AZ, and I've had over 4,000 responses, and it's overwhelmingly 95 to 5%. People want the Cardinals and the Cowboys to stand.
And I mean, your response to the First Amendment argument on all of this is, of course, coming weeks after the whole Charlottesville situation there, where you had people on both sides and a lot of talk about the right to speak and the right to have to feel a certain way. So your response to the First Amendment argument with what these players are doing?
I mean, I'm a supporter of the First Amendment. I consider myself a constitutional conservative. I think there is a time and a place for protest, and I think at the beginning of your workday, that is not the place to protest. And these players have every opportunity to utilize a platform. But before a game, when we're supposed to be honoring our military men and women, it's just inappropriate. Yesterday was actually Gold Star Mother Day. I don't know if you know that, Gold Star Mother's Day. It honors those moms who lost a son or a daughter.
Yes.
Yes. And I think that having this kind of protest yesterday was just appalling. It was very, very disappointing.
Well, one more on this. Would it be sufficient to see these players just stay in the locker room during the anthem like they used to, or are we looking for just the NFL itself? They just need to take an overall stance and nip this thing in the bud. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, I know that there were players yesterday who wanted to come out onto the field and wanted to salute the flag and wanted to stand proudly and patriotically as American citizens. And they were kept from their First Amendment rights because of some kind of false team unity that had to be done in order to protest at a time when it shouldn't be. I agree with the president. This is, you know, there's a time and the place. This is not about race. This is not about anything other than honoring America, honoring the country we are so blessed to be a part of.
And again, like you mentioned, we're going to keep an eye on that Monday night game in your state of Arizona tonight to see what happens. I do want to switch gears for a second. You are, of course, running in 2018 to unseat Senator Jeff Flake, the current senator there. Someone else you ran against, Senator McCain, he's saying he cannot vote for this Graham Cassidy bill in good conscience. We saw that on Twitter. Now, I want to ask you something, though. What's more appealing to you? Would it be beating Senator Flake in next year's primary, or seeing Senator McCain resign and you being appointed to that seat? What's more appealing there?
Well, you know, I mean, I think that I am very far ahead of Senator Flake right now. I would love to see, if Senator McCain is unable to do the job or steps away from doing the job, another liberty-loving, constitutional conservative to be appointed to that seat so that the two of us could serve together. We could support the members of our delegation from Arizona who are in the Freedom Caucus, who are looking for a partner across the way in the Senate to bring forth that America First agenda that so many Americans and so many Arizonans are crying out for. Securing our borders, stopping illegal immigration, repealing Obamacare. It is appalling that Senator McCain is going back on a campaign promise. Louis Gohmert said yesterday on Fox that had Senator McCain actually come out and said he wasn't going to do anything to repeal Obamacare, then he would not be the senator right now. We would likely have Senator Kelli Ward in Washington, D.C. fighting to lift this oppression off the backs of Americans.
Well, and the CBO score was released today, finally, and these holdouts, McCain being one of them, of course, he's saying that he's waiting to make sure that this benefits the people of Arizona. But as a person, a citizen there in Arizona who's got your eye on what McCain is doing on Capitol Hill, what is he missing here? Why is it thumbs down yet again? What is he missing?
You know, he's not only putting his thumb in the eye of President Trump, he's also putting his thumb in the eye of American citizens who are suffering under Obamacare. Premiums they can't afford, deductibles they can't pay, lack of access to high-quality, cost-effective care. He is leaving us saddled with Obamacare when he had not just one opportunity, but multiple opportunities to be the deciding vote to start the process of repealing Obamacare and allowing the free market to work. I've got a plan. It's called the Patient Power Plan. It goes a little further than the Graham-Cassidy bill, but it does fully repeal Obamacare, all the taxes, all the regulations. That would save the country millions, billions, maybe trillions of dollars. And more importantly, it would put the power back into the hands of patients so that all of us get the care that we want, the care that we need, the care that we deserve, that we aren't waiting around for the government to tell us what little piece of health care we might get.
Well, and Dr. Ward, you, of course, being a doctor, will be running on a lot of that health care proposal that you will have coming into 2018. But I want to say you've also always said mixing the mortar to fix the border. In other words, a big physical wall. Now, will you travel? Will you be down here in San Diego when these prototypes are going up? I know they've already started. Do you want to get an up-close look at these walls?
Well, I certainly would love to see the walls. And you're right. I say I am ready to mix the mortar to fix the border. We do need a wall. We need a physical barrier, but that's not the only piece. We need to utilize technology to its fullest. We need to empower our Border Patrol to make sure that they have the people and the money to do the job they're hired to do. And the final piece, a lot of times Republicans don't want to address this, is that accountability piece. The piece of the puzzle that says that employers who hire people here illegally will be facing consequences, as well as the people who come across our border the wrong way. They should expect consequences, not rewards. And I think if we do all of those things, we are going to go a long way to securing our border and making America safe again.
All right, Dr. Kelli Ward, again, currently leading Senator Jeff Flake in the early polls for next year's primary. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see what happens in that Arizona Cardinals game tonight.
Thanks, Patrick.